Hello everyone, all aboard SE. I feel like this booster has been hiding in the shadows for far too long. So today we are going to break this booster down so next time you go in with it, you'll be able to dominate a little bit easier. If you're new to All Aboard SE, this booster is going to unlock at 16,000 trophies and it's going to take 7 energy to activate it. Once popped, you'll see either 7 or 8 locomotives come out on the screen and they're going to clear out anything that's in its way horizontally. But it doesn't stop there. Once these locomotives are done, we're going to get 4 bandits that come out on the screen. When we match these bandits up, they're going to launch out sticks of dynamite. And the dynamite is pretty much going to go for the reds and blues, but there is times that it will hit for other ones if they're not on the board. On top of matching up the colors, these bandits can be activated by things like the bombs, the lightnings, the arrows, or other special tiles inside the game. For a booster like this, I couldn't think of a better mode to go into than Mutation Lab. Although All Aboard SC doesn't drop bombs like Billy Boom, I find getting the ones where the bombs explode further are a great way to activate these bandits. And once you get these bandits on the screen, I would highly recommend you make this a high priority to get these things popping. Obviously, if you see a 4 in a row, go for those, but by going for these bandits, you'll find just a couple of them is enough to fill this booster, and it fills it pretty quickly. Teleport is a must in my opinion. It's not only a great way to activate these bandits, but a majority of the time when we do this, we're not losing a turn, we can get a 4 in a row and we're actually replenishing or adding an extra turn. If I do happen to see one, I will try to get those ones that say horizontal lines explode and vertical lines explode. I find it is a little bit of a chance situation with this, but if pretty much figured out properly, this is a good way to activate those bandits too. Multiplier Madness is another fun one for All Aboard SE. This time I went in with Checkerboard and Mini Cleo, and if you saw the Match Mania tournament there, this seemed to be a go-to perk combination for both the players. I'm still trying to get used to it because this isn't one of my go-tos, but it seems like it does work pretty well having both of those ranges. I tried to pop the Checkerboard early on this, which is a gamble because I was trying to get some purples in order to get those multipliers up. But besides popping it to get the multipliers, this is a great thing to do when you have bandits on the screen. I find it pretty much always eliminates the bandits and scores a good chunk of points, which means it's going to put you ahead in the long run. Keep in mind though that when the Multiplier Madness is a score rally mode, those flag points, the 150 points for example, any points you get past that are not going to add up until the next turn. Meaning that if you are at 146 and you get 14, technically you'd have 160, but it's going to stop at 150. And you could pretty much consider those points lost because you're not going to see them again. So really plan this out when you're going to pop your booster when you're close to it, or even doing things like activating a lightning or a bomb. If you see the chance, focus on the purple bandits first. It really is a win-win getting those bandits activated and getting the multipliers. Color Crystals is one of those modes that whenever I play it, I just find myself falling in love with it more and more. I gave Checkerboard and Mini Cleo another try, and you can see here there was no blues or reds on the screen, and those bandits dynamite are going for those other colors. And in Color Crystal, it's really easy to activate these crystals, especially when the locomotives just plow right through them. But the crystals wiping out the bandits is where it's really at. And especially if you see 2 of the same color bandits on there, try to get that crystal. This is once again an easy way to fill that booster. It really felt like when I was playing this mode that I was just popping booster one after another and the points were just rolling in on it. I can't wait to see this pop up again so I can give it another try with All Aboard SE. There's one mode that just really shines with this booster and I find it's an easy way to climb some trophies. And that's just going into PvP mode. This time I actually went into a Color Crush tournament, and to my surprise, this was one of the ones where the colors that weren't blue and red charged your booster differently. I was a little confused when I saw it was going to take 70 energy to activate this booster, but once I cleared some colors out and saw how much the points were racking in and filling this thing up, I realized that my opponent was in a lot of trouble. The synergy between the bandits and the colors just made my first opponent totally quit. And by the time I made it to the next match, well, they didn't stand too much of a chance either. When it came to the final match, I actually took second place, and that's okay. I find that going up against somebody and losing, there's a lot of stuff you can learn from people. Let's be honest, if we went and won every single game, we'd be sitting at the top, and that's just not all of us. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's winning a lot of games, but everybody's gonna lose one here and there. I learned that my opponent was very good at thinking quick, and that was what got those points out on the board fast. So that made me realize, hey, I really gotta work on my skills of being real snappy and making those quick decisions and not missing out on those 4 in a row. Overall though, this is a great booster to use, and if you're sitting on a bunch of these, I highly recommend you get in there, give it a try, and see how it works for you. If you got a booster that you want to see on the channel, let me know in the comments below. Be more than happy to make a video on it. And if you want to know more about Foxy SE, then check out this video right up over here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I picked my butt.